We all know it can be that time of year when temperatures below zero creep into our forecast. Too much exposure to these low temperatures can lead to some pretty serious medical emergencies. Hannah Eckwall takes a look in tonight's Safety Check.
Frostbite and hypothermia can set in within a matter of minutes when venturing out into extreme cold conditions in South Dakota.
7 to 10 minutes, if you are not bundled up with lots of layers and, well hydrated, and it can happen very, very quickly, especially in elderly and children.
Those consuming alcohol or using drugs will also find themselves at a higher risk of experiencing frostbite or hypothermia.
You don't feel and you don't realize that you're cold. And so the alcohol and the drugs can blunt that initial hypothermia response. And if you don't realize that, then it can really lead to some dire consequences.
Frostbite symptoms can include numbness, discolored skin that's hard and frozen, hypothermia leaving you shivering with disorientation, slowed heart rate, and slurred speech. All this and more linked to the bitter cold.
The biggest thing is if you start getting cold, recognize it, take a break, go inside and warm up. If you have to be outside, just take frequent breaks and warm. It's the prolonged exposure that's the dangerous.
Once inside, it's important to be careful with the ways you look to warm your body back up.
Warm with warm water, never a heat pack, an electric blanket, or hot water, because you don't want to cause additional burns if you can't really feel how hot it is. And then the big times to come into the emergency department are for purple, deep blisters, rock hard fingers.
For hypothermia, a trip to the ER is warranted if your body temperature is 95 degrees or below. To review these tips on frostbite and hypothermia, head on over to dakotanewsnow.com and click Safety Check. In Sioux Falls, Hannah Eckwall, Dakota News Now.